LimbO line. LimbO here, and I am here actually with a random video because we have a scheduled video for this week coming, but this is actually a random video of my little, I guess you would call it a rant, but I'm not really going to rant about it. It's just something that kind of bothered me just a little tiny bit, so I'm just going to touch on it because if I don't, it's going to continue to bother me, okay? So I'm going to talk about what it is and everything like that. But before I hop into that, if you are new to my channel, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And please make sure that you hit that bell notification button so that you can be notified every time that I post a video. And welcome to LimbO. Okay, so let me go ahead and get into this rant. So I'm going to try my best not to let, too many curse words and stuff come out because your girl don't got time to put the bleeping cards up in here or put a little black and white tab on here to let people know not to let their kids watch. So I'm going to try to be as PG-13 with my words as possible, okay? Alright, so recently, actually last night, because your girl is just getting from work, and it is, I think, around like 8 o'clock a.m. right now, Sunday morning, and I have to go to work tonight, so that's why I'm going to make this video kind of quick. But basically, it was on Facebook. I saw this post that was being shared a lot with a lot of opinions on it, talking about breastfeeding and a breastfeeding mom, a particular breastfeeding mom. And y'all know that's my platform, so I wanted to kind of talk on it. Basically, it was a picture of a breastfeeding mom. She was breastfeeding her child out in public. I think she was at like a nail salon or something like that. I'm not sure where she was, but she wasn't covered, and she was breastfeeding her child. And she had a post on there that said that she was breastfeeding and she dared a MFer to say anything or anything like that. So it got, around, and on the original post, she was getting a lot of backlash and stuff about the fact that she was breastfeeding out in public without being covered, this, that, the third. Cool beans, whatever. Okay, so my issue was the fact that someone shared it. And the issue with me with someone sharing it was the fact that they were saying that this is not okay. First of all, my first problem was the fact that, one, you're a guy. You're not a woman. Second, you're a black man. And I'm not anti-white, but I am pro-black. And my whole thing with the situation is, why is it always our community that can't support women or can't support each other in general, whether it's men or women, when it comes down to anything? Whether it comes down to anything at all. If you all haven't noticed, our community is a community that does not support people the most. We do not support each other the most. And it's sad because back in the day, we used to support each other with no hands down. But now, everybody try to find something to pick on or laugh at or find something wrong with. But that's a whole nother story. Back to the story at hand. So the whole simple fact was, okay, at first he was saying, it's not okay. It's indecent exposure. Okay, cool. So I commented on there, and at first it didn't bother me at all. I wasn't upset. I was just like, this is just someone who doesn't understand. So I commented back and I said, as an officer, now you all know my job, but as an officer and also as a current breastfeeding mom, I could tell you from experience, that's that indecent exposure. That's not considered indecent exposure. It's illegal for moms to breastfeed out in public, covered or uncovered. We're covered for that. So don't worry about what's legal and illegal for breastfeeding moms, first of all. Second of all, know exactly what is considered indecent exposure. And then my thing is, how is that indecent exposure? If I had on a crop top or something, or some kind of low-cut shirt that show my breast to the T, it wouldn't be an issue. But because someone is feeding their child, it's an issue. Now, I know a lot of people's argument was the fact that they don't see nothing wrong with breastfeeding in public. They just feel like she should have covered up. Okay? I understand that. But sometimes it's hard to cover up a baby when breastfeeding. I know that from experience, especially when your baby gets older. First of all, it's too hot. Your baby sweat. Your baby going to take the cover off anyway. If your baby is old enough, they're going to take the cover off. And sometimes you forget covering. I've forgotten covering plenty of times. And I've had to breastfeed her without being covered at least twice in my whole almost 10 months of breastfeeding her. Breastfeeding Araya. So I can understand what would go on. Now, The thing that I did have an issue with the whole thing was not the post. I didn't even have a problem with the post itself, because whether y'all know it or not, I don't know if you all are educated on this or not, but whether you all know this or not, there are social media pages, which is like basically a breastfeeding community that supports breastfeeding moms with posts and pictures exposing themselves breastfeeding their child. Yeah, there are a lot of social media platforms that actually is a whole community of breastfeeding moms that support each other, and they post each other breastfeeding their child, and other moms consider it to be a beautiful thing, because it is a beautiful thing, because you're feeding your child. But that wasn't my issue. Posting the picture itself was not my issue. Now, my issue was the whole situation with what was worded on there with "I dare MF for to say something," whatever like that. Because that in particular, I just didn't really feel like it was called for. At that point, I felt like it was kind of being like a "it's about me" type of thing. And if I'm wrong, my opinion is my opinion. But that's just how I felt about the whole situation. The picture itself, I don't see nothing wrong with the picture itself being posted on social media. I really don't. Because if that's the case, then the picture that I posted with a mom when they were protesting, she was breastfeeding her child in public. She didn't have no covering, but I got a lot of likes on that picture. So what's the difference of her doing that and this mom right here breastfeeding her child with no covering sitting down? But that's not what I was upset about. And I was okay after I explained my opinion. After I told my opinion in the comment, I was okay. My problem came in when I just happened to see that someone else that I knew shared it, and they comment on that as well. And someone, whether it was him or whether it was someone else that he knew, commented and said she could have got the F up and went to the bathroom. So you mean to tell me that if you feel like people are uncomfortable, you gonna take your ass to the bathroom and eat as a grown ass man? You gonna do that? No, you not. So why would I go and take my baby in the bathroom to eat? It's the same thing. Why would I do that? My baby, whether you understand or whether you just forgot the moment or not, is still a human being. My baby is a human being, just like you're a human being. You don't like to eat in the bathroom, I'm sure. Pretty sure that you have somewhere to eat at home so that you don't have to eat in the bathroom. I'm pretty sure that you eat out instead of eating in the bathroom. So why do I need to get up and let my baby eat in the bathroom? Because it's uncomfortable for you? Because you're looking? That's why God gave us eyes that can rotate. You can look away. So that was just my issue with the whole thing. But when I saw that comment, that's what kind of threw me to a breaking point of being kind of upset, because of the fact that this is my platform. Now, am I upset to the point of where it's like they taking over my feelings and I let them control my feelings and all that? No, that's not what the issue is. My issue is that I feel like it was ignorance, and I can't stand ignorance. And that's what I feel like it was at the end of the day. I feel like it was ignorance. And I saw this quote or this post that someone that I know posted, and I really agree with it. He said there's a difference between an educated person and an intelligent person, because you can have a bachelor's degree or a diploma and still be ignorant. And that is so true. Now, I'm done with my rant. I just wanted to say that at the end of the day, with being a breastfeeding mom, and I know that some breastfeeding moms might agree with me, some might disagree with me. Everybody's opinion is your opinion, but this is my opinion, my channel. I do what I want to do, say what I want to say. So that is what I'm thinking about it. That's my opinion on it. If you want to argue with me, don't, because I'm not going to argue back. Don't got time. Just wanting to vent about what I was feeling about the situation. So feel free to comment down below if you have an honest opinion on it or want an honest discussion on it. So I can know what your thoughts are on it, especially if you're a breastfeeding mom. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. But I just had to rant about it a little bit, because I didn't understand that at all. So like, it really had me kind of baffled. I was like, excuse me? Do you have breast? Have you ever had breast? Because last time I checked, you're a guy. So how do you know what's decent and indecent when it comes down to breastfeeding? And another thing, I don't understand how people feel so uncomfortable with with moms, not people, because everybody don't breastfeed. Men don't breastfeed. I don't understand how people are uncomfortable with women breastfeeding their baby in public when 9 times out of 10, your ass was probably breastfed as a baby. Ever thought about that? Maybe you weren't, and if you weren't, that's cool. That's fine. Maybe that's why you want to post these things and say what you want to say, because you ain't get a chance to feel the connection, love, whatever you want to call it, or whatever with being breastfed. But a lot of people in this world have been breastfed, so I don't understand how is it an uncomfortable thing. If it wasn't for breastfeeding, a lot of us probably wouldn't be here now, because our grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents and so on probably would have been dead because they didn't get that nutrition of breast milk. Y'all really think that slaves had formula? Y'all think formula was around then? Y'all really think that our ancestors was able to get powder like formula and give it to their baby? Or did y'all not think about that part? Y'all actually think that the masters gave them whatever they needed to give their baby for nutrition? I just want y'all to think about that for a second. Our ancestors had to breastfeed. You think they had a cover? You think they cared about a cover? Do you think a cover even came to mind? Okay, all right. I'm just wondering. I'm just asking these questions. I'm curious to know. I'm wondering. You know, I'm just wondering what it is that makes it so damn uncomfortable about breastfeeding when it's a natural thing that God bless women to be able to do to take care of their babies. I'm just wondering. I mean, our ancestors even had to breastfeed the master's wife's child or the master's child. Our ancestors breastfed them too. And y'all really think that our ancestors and stuff thought about covers and being in public and breastfeeding in public and what the other person think? That's something to think about, ain't it? I know. It really should be something for y'all to think about. But my whole thing is, know what you're posting before you post it, especially when it's dealing with something like breastfeeding or something that actually helps another life. There are a lot of kids who are sick, a lot of babies who are sick babies, but they're able to still live and be healthy as a newborn because of breast milk. Think about stuff like that. Think about what you say on Facebook to get laughs. Think about it. The reason why I'm posting what I'm posting and saying what I'm saying is because I feel like ignorance is sad. I really do think it is. And support breastfeeding moms more, whether they're black, white, Latina, whatever. Support the breastfeeding community. It's hard out here with breastfeeding. Y'all really don't, no one really knows what moms that breastfeed go through until they actually have to go through it. Yeah, I talk about it on here and I give different tips on here and I make it look like it's just the greatest, easiest thing. And it is a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But it's a lot of work with breastfeeding. Yeah, it's easier than having to get up to make bottles and stuff like that, but it's still a lot of work to get to where you need to get. Like, y'all already know from my previous videos, soreness, bleeding, engorgement. It's a lot that you have to go through, man. It's a lot. So when I see somebody posting something like that, it hit home. It really does. Because I feel like that's ignorant as hell when you don't even know. One, because you ain't no female. Two, I just need one. You ain't no female. You're not a female. You're not a breastfeeding mom. You don't have breasts. Like, you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. So think about all of that, y'all. Please think about that before you post and before you comment. Please think about that stuff. Please think, like, is this smart to post? Is this smart to comment? Should I say this? I wonder if I should just support these breastfeeding moms instead. That's all I gotta say, y'all. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I know I'm not all glammed up and stuff, but hey, I just got off of a 12-hour shift. Your girl about to go to sleep. Araya is already asleep, so I'm about to catch some Z's myself. But I really, really, really had to rant or vent or whatever y'all want to call it about that situation because it just bothered me. It left a bad taste in my mouth that someone could be that ignorant about a situation like that just because of someone wanted to breastfeed their baby in public, even without a covering. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But yeah, y'all, I think I did pretty good with my choice of words. There's a couple in there, but I can bleep those with no problem. But I will be back, you guys, later this week with the video, the actual video for this week. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys do tune in for that. And if you guys do want me to start doing videos on discussions and like girl chat and stuff like that, or Q&As or anything like that, comment down below, DM me on LimbO on my Facebook page. That's capital L, capital O for Lindo and LimbO. Or you could DM me on my Instagram, which is belindafull.melanin19. But yeah, make sure that if y'all want me to do more discussion tables or more girl chats or Q&As, just let me know. But yeah, I'm about to take my behind the bed. That's all. I just had to say something on that. That's all. But anyway, make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all stay blessed. Bye.